Welcome to the Alexander campaign for Et Impera 1.2.5b. Yes, there's been an update. It was released on the 31st of December 2019 if you're watching this in the future, and this is the Marshals of Alexander update. Now this is quite an interesting update because what it actually does is it introduces specialist units into the Alexander campaign. I want to emphasize this main change only applies to Alexander's campaign, and probably the best comparison I can come up with is the fact that it's the equivalent to the regiments of renown in Warhammer. And if we click on the recruitment here, you will see that there's now special units here led by a captain or marshal depending on how you want to do it. This one's Kratos, this one is Seleucus. Now what you will see is in the top left hand corner you will see a small number that indicates the level of the marshal. Now the way it actually works is that an army can have as many marshals as there are available. I think there's 10 altogether, but don't quote me on that. These are full units within the game. It's just that they bring extra attributes once they're recruited into the army, and I'll show you the attributes in a minute. But the rule is, say for example I recruited both of these marshals into this army, the attributes only of this marshal would take effect, so there is no cumulative effect to do with having marshals. Now the other thing about marshals is they are recruitable by area. So in the S area region here in Pella we've got Kratos and Seleucus. If I come over to here and we look at the recruitment in this area, we've actually got Clytus Malus in this area here, and I think he's also recruitable up here. So it may not be tied specifically to a region. And then if I come over here and look at Alexander's army, and what you see here is we got Leonatos here, who's a level 2 marshal. And then if I come over to my slightly beat up army over here and come here, you see that there is nobody recruitable here. So one of the things we're going to have to learn is where these marshals are recruitable, because that will allow you to plan the strategy. And the other thing is, well, we go to here because I want to recruit things. So what we're going to do is just get rid of you. Sorry, I know you've got a lot of rank, but we need a marshal into this army. So if we come into here now, you can see we can now recruit Leonatos. If I right click on him, what you will see is the stats of the unit, but more importantly at the bottom here where it says description, you can see that his effects are plus 8% replenishment rate to the army, plus 2 experience for all cavalry upon recruitment, plus 8% morale upon recruitment. It's quite interesting that he gives experience to cavalry, although he looks very much like a hoplite unit. Yeah, higher Pastani, yeah. The upkeep's quite interesting because that says that the upkeep there is 179, but that says his upkeep is 1300. He brings 192 unit hoplite unit there, so of course we're going to recruit him into the army. Just to give you a bit of an overview, if we look on here and come into here, you can see that Kratos brings plus 2 experience for spear and infantry units upon recruitment, plus 1 recruitment slot, minus 10% heavy infantry recruitment cost, plus 8% campaign movement range. Wow, now he could be quite a good marshal to have in an army. Plus 8% there, and was that Seleucus? He enables night battles. Wow, so you get night battles. Minus 30% public order penalty due to the presence of foreign culture. Minus 20% enemy agents chance of success. So he could be quite a useful marshal to have in a defensive army. I mean, my instinct, I wouldn't put him in that army, but I'd be half inclined to bring, well, we could recruit him here, then bring this army across to put him into this army. Because I don't have a lot of cash, it's winter. So that's the main features of this update. Now there's obviously the usual collection of minor changes. There's been some changes to battles. I think they've weakened the charge of cavalry and elephants, and they've adjusted some of the armor. None of them are particularly major. Now, from the point of view of this campaign, one of the changes in this update that's going to make is probably driven my final decision to effectively to bring this campaign to an end, and that is they've changed some of the supply system. They've slightly reduced the forage and the supply cap. They've slightly increased the amount of consumption when an army is foraging. So if you look in here at the moment, you've got he's on local requisitions at the moment, but if an army's out foraging, it's going to be consumed. And I think they've also reduced the base levels on the start of a new campaign, so that's going to make life a little bit interesting. And the other change, which has kind of changed my attitude towards this current campaign, is the fact that they've now changed the mechanic related to Alexander getting killed on the battlefield. Now if he gets killed on the battlefield, he is actually wounded. It's similar to the mechanic that you used to get in Attila with Attila, when you had to kill him 5 times. So in some ways Alexander will be invulnerable, but that only takes effect with a new campaign. So the problem with this campaign is if Alexander gets killed, then that's it, he's gone from the game. So I'd have to restart. And to be honest, with all those changes, that is kind of been the icing on the cake with respect to the end of this campaign, because if you've been following the series, you'll be aware that we've kind of got stuck into a little bit of a groove here, and I can't see myself breaking through. So what I'm planning on doing is, this will be the last part in this series, and we're going to go out with a bit of a blaze of glory, I can guarantee you that. And then what I'm going to do is take a break from this campaign, and I'm going to be looking at a new mod for Attila, which is the medieval 1212 mod, but I'm not going to be doing full series on that because there's going to be an update for that coming out sometime in this month. I'm now in January 2020. We'll probably do a couple of short campaigns looking at it and doing the kind of first impressions of the mod. And most likely what I will do is start a new Divide Et Impera campaign. Now I'm open to suggestions with the following caveats: is that I'm looking at playing a Eastern faction, probably east of where we are currently, Persia, so you're probably talking in this area. But at the moment my top pick is probably Bactria, because I fancy starting on that on the eastern edge of that and coming across. But I'm open to suggestions. The other one I was kind of half looking at is Armenia. Anyway, let's get down to the final part of this campaign. And what I'm going to do is play what I was originally going to plan to do. Is we're going to come out and deal some grief to these guys. I did consider going against the Persians, but they're fortified, and this army is already slightly damaged. I think the garrison here is taking attrition as well because of all these idiots around here. So we need to try and flush these out. So we're going to come out here, and of course we're going to fight this on the battlefield. I mean, it would be the last part if we did get in a couple of battles. And more importantly, what I would like to do is get Alexander in a battle so we can take a look at that new Marshal unit. And go back. Of course, we're going to have to advance on them. I think we'll have put the Thracians behind, because they're vulnerable to missile fire, and I think we'll have these. Effectively, they're calling them light hoplites, but they're actually spear units. But they're pretty good in the anti-cav role. And we're going to have this. Have you out on this side. And of course, I like my missile troops on the flanks. I was actually watching a video the other day, and I was quite an experienced player, and they still lined up all their missile troops across the front, and I thought, never mind. Right, let's just start advancing forward. That say have Alexander behind, but of course it's not Alexander. I think we use the Sarissas as reconnaissance. Has that thumbnail changed? I'd have to look at a previous video for that. I don't recall seeing that kind of fringe on the top of the cavalry.
General, by your command.
So we're just going to march our army forward. Sarissa's.
By your command. Ready for orders.
I mean, you are light shot cav. There we are. There's the opposition. Just get our front line into forward position. And we'll just align you a little bit. We're just gonna straighten the line up a little bit. Sarissa's, you stay on this side.
We hunger for blood and battle by your command.
Okay. I think we can just move forward. Oops. Just keep moving forward. I'm always a little bit worried when I advance with pike units, because once you get close, the army can get a little bit ragged.
Light hoplites at the double. Quick march.
Right.
Pike infantry at your command.
What I'm gonna do is push
Light hoplites.
push you
Battle ready and eager.
forward. Missile troops, slingers. Cav, you pose the threats.
We'll kill them all.
Slingers, come forward.
Ready.
I think we'll put you on. Don't normally use the
Thracian warriors.
bring the Thracians up. Actually, I think what we're going to do is start to move
Quick march.
two of these Thracians out that way, and keep the general close up behind. Right. What we'll do is just move these forward.
Missiles awaiting targets.
Time to start stinging them a little bit.
By your command. As you command. Missile infantry at
You on that side.
yours to command. Missile infantry. Run shield pikes.
Pikes into position.
Hoplites.
What we're going to do now is just start to push
Orders understood.
the front line forward.
Companion cavalry. Melee infantry at your command. At your service. Now!
Okay.
Slingers! Fire! Fire on the enemy!
Right, these are peltasts. What we're going to do is
Missiles awaiting targets! Slingers! Fire! Take aim!
right. This is what we're going to do is take their forces down a little bit.
Thracian warriors!
Not having much impact on there. But we're taking the peltasts down on this side.
Missile infantry at your command! Fire on the enemy!
So what we're going to do is try and take these down a little bit.
Slingers! Loose! Ready for orders! Loose!
Right, these guys are virtually completely wrecked, wasting ammunition on those.
Fire
switch to the peltasts. Because these units could damage my main assault force, so yeah, you keep taking them down.
Ready for battle. Warriors.
You start to advance. That's my second Thracian unit. Okay, they're starting to respond, which is good.
Thracian warriors. Slingers. Now. Battle ready and eager. We'll kill them all. Melee troops awaiting.
General.
Orders understood.
Right, front line.
Seal pikes.
Start to advance.
Ready for orders. Yours to command.
You.
Thracian warriors.
There's the Sarissas.
Light company. Spearmen at the ready. To arms. Ready for battle. Slingers. Missiles ready and waiting. Thracian warriors.
There's my Thracians.
By your command.
Get these in here.
Spear infantry ready. Pike infantry at your command. Battle.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Missile infantry.
You out there, Thracians, come up.
Light companies. Companies ready. General. Orders.
You keep firing on those.
Orders. Orders of commander. Thracian warriors. By your command. Cut them down. Companies. Hack them down.
Time for
Our
you.
general is under attack.
Right.
Missile infantry ready. Slingers.
You push that way. Where's my general?
General. Slingers. Melee warriors.
You expose that.
Slingers. Now. Warriors eager for blood. Missile infantry.
There's the Sarissas.
Slingers. Ready. Ready and waiting.
You push that way.
Thracian warriors.
Thracians on that. Give a double shock attack. Okay, we're taking these down.
Missiles awaiting targets. Companion cavalry. Battle ready and eager. General, by your command.
Right.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Right, you pull away.
Your orders. Fire on the enemy. Orders. We hunger for blood.
You push on those. Where's my Sarissas? Where's the Wussers?
Cavalry. Sarissa cavalry.
One of our units has used all its
Come
ammunition.
that way.
Missile infantry ready.
Pull away.
Battle ready and eager.
You go after those. You keep pouring the fire onto those.
Ready and waiting. Sarissa cavalry. Companion cavalry. Kill them all.
You work on the back of that general.
One of our units has
You
used all its
in.
ammunition.
Orders understood.
Sarissas.
Ready for orders.
You start to turn the flanks on these. Okay, you're out of it.
Your orders.
Sarissas back this way.
Companion cavalry. Yes, forward. Ready. General, orders understood.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Time for you to get into the back of there.
Missile infantry at your command. Orders understood.
Right, let's take this general down. Wait, don't wander off.
Commander, understood.
Right, you're free.
Double time. Sarissa cavalry. Orders understood.
Sarissas, kill these guys. Actually, general, pull that way. You there. General.
The enemy general is dead.
Okay, so we got a weakness now.
The brave ready for orders. Yes, Commander.
I think what we'll do is we'll put the archers on the back of those because they're... Hey, don't wander away.
Pikes ready. Attack that position. General, by your command.
Okay, they're breaking. Completes. You push that way. Right, we've got these now.
General. Yes, Commander.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Right, bring the Sarissas over here. General here. Right. Pike unit that way. Right, these are now 3. You round there. You get out of the battle. You're in good condition.
Sarissa cavalry! Christian warriors! Ready for battle? We'll kill them all! We hunger for blood and battle! Christian warriors!
Place you there. Light hoplites round.
Cavalry ready and willing!
Hey, out.
All riders at the double!
Sarissas, go after those. General. You go back. Give a gap for the general to come in. Right, they're breaking. Sarissas, get out of there, kill these. Continue. I want these, a lot of this unit's army completely, basically totally bashed up. So we're just gonna, we'll just let the Sarissas finish off this lot. And you just chase these down. Okay, I think that's it. Quick battle, end battle. We lost 708 and we killed 2,900. And I would guess that we've virtually totally destroyed this army. I think we'll take the money. So he's trash. Bring you into the settlement. I'm just going to check the food supply here. Yeah, you can see we're minus 47 now. And it says supplies stored 1, so the attrition starts seriously next turn. And I think I've Alexander. Oh no, Alexander's got a. We got here. Charge bonus against there. We got here damage against Hellenic units, but and anything else here. I think I quite like that movement speed. So we've got that there. And I'm just going to go for an end turn. Okay, military subversion, sabotage, desertion, hidden agent exposed, rebellion imminence, great fire. You've got to be kidding me. You've just got to be kidding me. What we got here? We've got a bit of a public order issue there. I suppose Alexander can't move that far. Okay, we're gonna have to move Alexander. We'll put him in the settlement for the moment. There's bound to be rebellion. My instinct is to come out and trash some of these armies. I'm just going to. I know it's a minor victory, but and the question is,
ready for battle.
He's still got quite a lot of movement range, so
For the gods! Make haste, men.
and I'm just going to bring you back to here.
Hourly patrols.
I don't know if that's going to improve though. Still minus 47. And it says supplies stored for. I think what we're going to do is we're going to bring you over here. Should have moved you last turn. And we're going to bring you over to here. Where's my other agent?
At your service.
And I'm going to bring you up
Treading
about here.
Commander.
At least that army's replenishing. Kind of a bit worried about this, the way this agent's army's creeping forward.
Commander.
Well,
At your command.
I'm not sure why my artillery was damaged. Of course, we've now got Leonardes in the army, and you can see what we've got now is we've got his experience being added. So now we get plus 2%. Now we get plus 2 experience rank for all cavalry units. We've got plus 8% replenishment rate for all units, plus 8% morale for all units. So this is going to be a pretty tough army
Ready for battle.
to fight.
Commander.
I think what do we get here? Minus 9. My instinct would be to go with that, just to get a bit more growth, a bit more cash going. And I'm just going to go for another end turn. Okay, rebellion. An agent got an increase in rank. Action rises. The Cimbri. Now I was hoping to come up and smack these, but
Ready for battle.
what we got here? We got... Question is, do we go out in a blaze of glory?
You can call me Nix.
See if we can.
Sabotage.
See if we can sabotage one of these armies. And of course it's failed.
I apologize for my
And Alexander.
Command.
Alexander can come and take Sardeis. Yeah, let's go for it. This is going to be the last battle, I think.
We take this settlement. No
Yeah, let's go out in a blaze of glory. So we're going to be fighting a full stack army with a little bit of artillery, a small garrison and a small army. Yeah, why not? We'll be able to see Leonatus in all his glory. Yeah. And they've come out. Great, thank you. I'm going to be really awesome to win this battle in style. Okay, start deployment. And they're going to come at us. So, I think what we're going to do is have I'm going to get you the front line here. Can we find? Right, let's just zoom in. There's Leonatus leading his hoplite unit. I think that'd be pretty awesome. I think you deserve the rank position of protecting the flank of my front line. And we'll put the Sisters behind. And we're going to put some actually, I think we'll have one set of shield bearers on that side. And we're going to have that there. Now, what I am going to do is we're going to have the archers on this side and slingers on this side, ready to go. But what I am going to do is we're going to have the axe units on this side, but at the same time, I'm not going to spread them around too much. In fact, I think what we're going to do is pull the cav back, just in case anyone decides to come in behind us. We're going to let them come at us. Ah, come on. Wait.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
Alexander, I think we're okay from respect to reinforcements. So, and of course, this is the garrison. So, right, got some heavy melee cav coming in. Actually, no. You just concentrate on those. I'm going to pull you over here. I'm going to get Alexander. You here. In they go.
Our general is under attack.
Yep, it'd be okay.
We hunger for blood and archers. Take aim. Ready. As you commanders.
You push onto those.
Thessalians.
The enemy general is dead.
Aha!
Slingers.
You push out this way. How are we doing with their cav over here?
Battle ready.
Wait. Archers. Missile troops.
Missiles ready and waiting. We'll kill them all. Warriors,
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay.
your orders.
You.
Operatives ready. By your command. Companion cavalry. Ready for orders. Now. Companion cavalry. Battle ready and eager.
No. Attack.
Ready for orders.
You pull back.
At your service.
Leonardi's in.
Ready. Understood.
General out here. Come. It would be a bit ironic for Alexander to die in the last battle.
Archers. Shield bearer.
You. Archers.
Command. Operatives.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Right, bringing you up here. The real battle is over here.
Companion cavalry. Quickly now! Scrappers ready! Battle ready and eager. Move it! Your orders. Orders. Orders.
You pull away.
Companion cavalry. Engage! Attack! Advance!
You get in amongst those.
By your command. Run shield pikes!
Wait, artillery, what the heck are you up to?
At your service. Cavalry.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
You in on those.
Eager for blood! Missile infantry at your command. Ready for orders.
Missile infantry. Right, they got artillery coming in behind.
Slingers! Yes, Commander! Orders! We await your command.
Actually, you pull that way. You just keep them moving.
Companion cavalry! Engage! Cavalry! warriors!
Alexander, you round the back. Right. Pike lines start to wheel.
Missiles awaiting targets! Companion cavalry! Commander! Act for glory!
You in the back there.
Missile ready and waiting! Slingers! Orders! Run shield pikes! Orders!
On Leonardi's.
Slingers! Orders understood! Ready and waiting! Companion cavalry! Forward!
Okay.
Yours to command! At your service!
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Ready! Run shield pikes! At
Pikes
speed!
keep moving forward.
Archers! Slingers!
We'll put the slingers in.
Advance! Companion cavalry! We await your command! Yes, Commander!
Right. Alexander, you support the front line there.
Pikes at the ready!
Pike units push through.
Shield!
You
Companion cavalry!
Alexander, break away.
Slingers! By your command!
You advance that way.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Understood! Battle! Ready! Ready for battle!
You in the backs of those.
Missile infantry ready!
You come up and support there.
Shield bikes! Shield bearers! Light infantry ready! Shield bearers! By your command!
Okay.
One of our units
Right.
has used all its ammunition.
This side is being a little bit beaten up, but we're going out in style, and that's all that counts. Hey, what are you doing back there?
Double time! We await orders! We hunger for ready and waiting! Commander!
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
One shield bikes! Companion cavalry!
Right.
By your command! Riders! Understood!
Right, looks like we've lost a cavalry unit. You into the backs of those.
General!
You support those.
One shield bikes! Hoplites ready! Slingers! General! Advance!
And what else we got here? Improved second wind, war cry.
By your command! Shock cavalry ready!
Bring Alexander
Quickly!
out.
Ready and waiting! One shield bikes! Shield bikes!
Right, you
One shield
back to here. Actually, let's bring the cavalry over here. Break these light missile units. I know this guy's on the point of dying, but I think if we can break this lot, is there any light missile troops? Break them through.
The enemy general is dead.
Leonardes is doing pretty well.
One shield bikes! Slingers!
You onto those.
Companion cavalry! One shield bikes! Kill them all! Ready for orders!
Okay.
Companion
Cavalry out, otherwise you're going to get squashed.
Hoplites! Companion cavalry! By your command! Warriors eager for blood! General!
Enemy general is dead.
Missile infantry! One shield
Nope. Pike unit. Break out of formation. Right, we'll just let these get engaged.
Shield bearers! Break the lines! Orders understood!
You move on to those. General. Can you come? Right. Right, what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna fire this, which is Alexander's really awesome
Yours to orders!
capabilities. Now,
Archers! As you command! Pike infantry ready!
has he actually lost any units yet? He's lost a few.
Attack the position! By your command! Orders! Riders, advance! Battle ready and eager! Orders, commander!
Right,
Understood!
Alexander around the back.
Yes, commander!
You got here, both tired. Alexander's tired, but
Quickly now! Slingers! Understood! Yes, commander!
you
Understood! Ready!
Another unit breaking.
We hunger for blood and battle. Vessel infantry ready. We'll kill them all.
At your service.
And charge.
Back out again. Rest.
They will bleed for us. Cut them down, Commander. Advance.
Orders.
Bring this cav over here. Support this side. Actually, can bring Alexander over as well. Okay.
General! Companion cavalry waiting. Riders at the gravel! Shield pikes! We await your command. Companion cavalry!
Right.
Flying wedge
Form
formation!
up. Rest.
Our men flee the field of battle.
Yeah, that's okay.
Shameful display.
To forward! By your command!
You come up on here. Or chew through.
Shield pikes! By your command!
You form up there. Right, these guys are going down. Actually, you form up there.
Like infantry at your command!
Right, they're crashing.
Companion cavalry! General! Orders understood! Slingers!
Slingers.
Your command! Attack their position! Companion cavalry!
Cavalry.
General! Quickly now! Front shield pikes!
Pikes form up behind.
Ready for battle! Ready for battle! Obliges ready! Yours to command! Pikes at ready! Form phalanx! Shield pikes! Pikemen! Form phalanx!
Right, what we're going to do is march you that way, and then we're going to bring up you for the flank attack.
Like infantry at your command!
Right. This guy's phenomenal. I can really see the value of these. I mean, considering he's been in the middle of a lot of fighting, he's hardly lost any men at all. Okay. Right. You withdraw. I think we'll leave Alexander in the thick of it now. Slingers withdraw. Let's get a crushing action going. Wait, told you to withdraw. You. Alexander, I think you can come round here now. Or hang.
Yes, Commander. By your command. Flying wedge formation.
End battle, end battle. We lost 1,422. We lost nearly one of our cavalries. We killed the garrison. Close victory. Wow. Alexander got 487 kills. Look at this. This guy is phenomenal. I don't know if he's a bit OP because he killed 226 and he's barely taken a scratch. And that's plus the benefits of the Marshal actually brings to the army. We're actually going to occupy because that's what I would want to do.
Commander.
Hello, boys.
Ready for orders.
And that army isn't in that, well, a little bit of a roughed up condition. We lost a few units. Oh, what we got here? We got Antigones now. Alright, what are you, Antigones? You're another one. Wow. Oh yeah. We would certainly want to do. Does this give you any idea where they'd be recruited from? It doesn't say. Yeah, we got Emulus of Cardia. You've got +8 cultural influence, local province, +3 public order, mercenary. I'm just intrigued to see who this is. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go for an intern. And I'd go for the growth and yeah, go for an intern. Oh well, so much for that idea. I'm not going to bother fighting this. I'm just going to, well, drop a quick save. But this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And this is going to be the last part in this campaign. This is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the series. What I will say is that I will not be starting a new Et Impera campaign immediately. I do want to take a look at the new mod for Attila. What's it? Medieval 1212. And do a couple of short series on that just to get a feel for how the game plays. I haven't even played it at all, so maybe I'll do start with a first impressions video. And as I said earlier, my next full-length let's play will be a Eastern faction, probably Bactria, something around that area. Although, what's the name of the Indian faction down on the north of the Persian Gulf? One of those factions in that area is what I fancy playing. And then after we've got that campaign underway, we will be back to do a proper Alexander campaign. We will certainly be looking at the Marshals in greater details because I'm really impressed by their fighting abilities. But this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.